Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Ari. Hi, Casey. First, our first. Goodness. Hello, hello, hello. Getting our day started. There's a Sim in here. Hi, Sim. Let's see. Good morning. We can talk about how he tacoed again with China. That's fun. It was a Taco Monday instead of a Taco Tuesday, but we extended that 90 days another 90 days. So I guess China's not ready for a deal with the king of deals. Weird. Guess that's where we're at. You guys, welcome in. Getting a few of us going, getting started. Good morning. It's exhausting as a day trader. I'm so sorry. Start booping that screen, sharing the live out. If you have not done your daily heart meet, please do so. Why is that I didn't set that. That's not what I set it to. All right. Got our little roses here. See if we can get up to 2,000 likes to start having conversations today. The peace deal between Armenia and Azerbaijan is unsigned. Yeah. He's so good at deals, though. And did you guys know that he's traveling to Russia to talk to Putin? Oh, wait, Alaska. He did say Russia, though. How far am I into my transition? Why would you ask that? That's weird. You want to know about my bits? That's weird. You guys keep booping that screen. When we get to 2,000 likes, we can start having conversations with people. I want you to know that if you come in here, everybody receives gender affirming care. Do you get your hair cut? Congratulations. You get gender affirming care. Congratulations. Congratulations. You get gender affirming care. Congratulations. If you guys come up and talk, that's great. I would love to have conversations. I will ask you to source your claims. I want primary sources, not somebody said something. So that's how I have conversations in my life. It tends to make people very, very upset. Hi, Cole. How are you today? What was what handshake for? Mine are sourced, but I'm not making a claim. I haven't made claims. I ask you to make claims of why you're still supporting Trump. You make that claim. We talk about it. Good morning, Eli. It's not bait. It's literally a conversation. We're not going to be able to move forward if you guys keep falling for him wanting to divide us, keep dividing us, calling us left lunatics. I'm weak. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. Hi, how are you today?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
How are you?
I'm good. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. What state did you vote in and how old are you?
Yeah, my name is Asler from Houston, Texas. I'm 51 years old.
Okay.
So, like I say, I vote for Donald Trump.
Why are you still supporting him?
Well, that's another question. I mean, why are you still hating him? That's the question.
That's literally the question. Why are you still supporting Trump?
But I don't know who mute me, so
I did.
I guess
So
I was.
why are you still? I did. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Like I say, that's not the right question, but I'm gonna answer to you. You're talking about bringing sources to make the point, right? My sources is like I'm a gas station right now. I can show you on my camera the prices on gas in Houston, Texas.
That's great.
I
I
used
don't
to
care about
pay.
that. I care about the national average, and you're going to answer my fucking question, which is the topic of the live, the reason you requested. Why are you still supporting Trump? That's great. Somebody said they want to talk about my BMI. Okay, that's weird. You guys are obsessed with what like people look like. I know you're chasers. It's fine. Iron, how are you today?
Good. How are you? And thank you for having me on today.
I am doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. Did you vote for
Thank you.
Trump?
I did. Chicago, 37 years old.
Okay.
I
Why
was
are you
born.
still
I was born
supporting
and
him?
I was born and raised a Democrat.
Okay.
I am supporting him for promises made, promises kept. I have
Like
two
what?
daughters.
Name one.
I have two daughters, and my daughters should not have to be forced to watch other men, biological men, dress in front of them.
Biological man is not a term.
It's not. So there's only two genders. No matter which way you
Oh, what
twist
are
it,
those?
there's only two genders.
What are those?
There's male and there's female.
Oh, those are sexes, not
So
genders.
so there are two sexes. Thank you for the correction. I appreciate that.
Correct.
Thank
So
you.
gender, what is gender?
Gender is your identity.
Okay. So that's
Oh,
different than sex then. Sexes are different.
correct. So thank you for correcting me. I appreciate it.
Okay.
So there's only two sexes. And the two
Correct.
sexes are male and female.
Correct.
Women should not be forced to watch a male undress in front of them.
Why? Oh, I'm totally fine with that. I've as long as I've been going into bathrooms, intersex does exist, guys. It is technically under the scientific community not classified as a third sex. Let's be clear on that. Under the scientific community, I've not seen anything where it's classified as a third sex. Intersex people do exist though, and they are valid.
So
So in my 34 years of going into bathrooms, never seen a male or female's bits while I've been in a bathroom. So that's not
well, in
not
Deerfield, Illinois, where I'm from, Deerfield,
Mhm.
Illinois, heavily Democratic population. They feel that it's necessary for biological men, and it is men, and
They're
they
not
are men.
biological men. That's not a
They're
thing.
bi-
Again, not a thing in the
so
scientific
am I
community.
able to speak, or you just love speaking
You,
over people?
we are going, if we're going to speak, we're going to use
So we're going to
scientific,
speak
we're
over each
going to
other?
use
Is that what we're going to
scientific,
do? We're
we
going
are
to speak
going
over
to
each other
use
if we have to speak?
scientific, no, we're going to use scientific terminology, and there's nothing in the scientific community that uses the term biological men. So we're going to be very clear on our fucking terms. Okay. I have no problem speaking. We're not going to do misinformation. We're not going to do incorrect terminology. Those are things we are not going to do. So biological man is not anywhere within the scientific community. If you want to talk about males, that's different. So you guys can keep crying, or you can use the right terminology.
So this is the problem that we have.
The problem is that you
The,
don't listen to science. Yes, I know.
so the problem that we're having is that one side wants to speak louder and much more,
It's not about being
and
louder.
have
It's about
control,
being,
and have
nope, it's
control.
about
Like
using the right terminology. You can cry about
the
that.
muting is what the left does. That's what you guys do. If
I literally
we
don't
don't
care.
say,
So
if
Trump
we
Trump
don't
has
say
Trump has
what
kicked
you
people.
like,
Trump
you
has
mute.
kicked news organizations out of the White House. So I don't want to fucking hear shit about the left muting people. Don't want to hear it. If you're going to not use the right terminology, leave. You want to have this discussion and an honest, good faith discussion on this, use the correct terminology. Yeah, this is why you lost. Add it to the list. Guys, if you subscribe to me, I do have an add it to the list sticker about the reasons why we, the left, lost. You can absolutely use those stickers if you would like to. I literally just want to have a good faith conversation, and I can't because you can't get past the fact that biological man is not a terminology that is used in science. Okay, that's what I thought. There's also a runner emoji, a runner sticker for my subscribers if you want. I really would like to, hi Parkers, thank you for subscribing. I would really like to have good faith conversations. I would really like to know why you're still supporting Trump. If it's all going to be transphobia and bigotry, that's disgusting that that's the only reason, that less than 1% of the population is the reason you voted for all the bullshit that we're dealing with now. But I guess if that's where we're going to be this morning, because it's like a domino effect. Hi, Chris. We're going to do that. Guys, you guys are tapping that screen. I appreciate it. Let's try to get to 10,000 likes while we're sitting here. We only have 2 shares. Let's try to get up to 10. I think we can do that. You see these little hearts above my head? If you hit that little daily heart me, we can do that. Yep, 100 a day. I am single AF, 15 years. 15 years and 2 kids later. I should tell my husband that we're single now. Kay, how are you today?
I'm good.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
21, and I'm in North Carolina.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why are you still supporting him?
Because I feel like, I was a Democrat earlier when I was younger, because it's just sometimes you change your values as you get
You're how
older.
old again?
21.
So you've only been able to vote in one presidential election. So how were you a Democrat?
No, I'm saying like the policies I felt before are Democrat as I was younger. But
Sure.
just thinking about it now, the government takes a lot more taxes, a lot more than what the Americans felt with the British, and that's crazy because we had an independence over a war over a 2% stamp tax and T tax, and now we're
Hmm.
getting FICA. We got all these things.
So how are those tariffs feeling then?
I don't. I mean, I am near like a busy commercial area, but I don't feel the effects of them yet. I don't know. It's not immediate.
Well, it's the CPI is saying that people are. The prices are increasing. We're sitting at 2.7% again for the second month in a row after it went up from 2.3% inflation. People are feeling it. Corporations have already come out and said that they can't eat the tariffs anymore. Crow, you explained this to him already? Shocker.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not really sure. I don't feel like we have received any
I don't care about your
compensation.
feelings. I care about what you can prove. Why are you still
Well,
supporting
what
Trump?
I can prove is that the companies out of this country and in this country are putting more innovation and money into this nation than ever
Which
before.
company?
We have Apple, we have Nvidia, we have all these big, huge CEOs saying that they're gonna literally do
When will
again
we
what they
see the
don't know.
effect of that? Because here's the thing, I know you're 21 and you might not realize this, but during Trump's first term, the corporation said the same thing. They said they're going to invest X amount of money into the business over the course of usually around 10 years, anywhere from 8 to 10 years. And what ended up happening is they just waited Trump out till he was no longer in office and didn't do any of that. We're actually seeing
Well,
layoffs. We're seeing companies coming out and saying layoffs. Right. Apple
to be
does this
honest, we
all the
had the
time. They're just
pandemic.
appeasing whoever's in office at the time. We're not seeing proof of it. So
They weren't trying. They were trying. We saw unemployment go down a 50-year
when,
low during his
when,
presidency after
when,
he passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
what
We
month?
saw a 50-year low.
What month was that? So I can
It
look it
was
up.
2017 going into 2018. So I'll say maybe December, January. I'm not.
Of 2018 or 2017?
No, 2018.
So December of 2018?
January.
Of 2018.
Right? The first quarter of 2018, after the new year when they passed the bill, we
Mm-hmm.
saw more effects. We saw a huge unemployment decrease. We saw the stock markets go up. So,
When would we have first felt the effects of the TCJA?
I mean, after the fiscal year, right? Because you make a
Did you
policy
say
bill for the
physical?
next year.
Did you say physical year?
Fiscal,
Okay.
physically. Sorry. But we usually, when they make a budget bill, you wait until the next year and then the
Let's
effects
see.
come the
Let's
next year.
find
We
18.
don't have policy.
January of 2018, we were at 4% for unemployment. That's not the
In
lowest
the
it's
span
ever
of the
been.
entire year,
No, that's for. I asked you what month because they do unemployment by month. So that's why I asked you what month it was the lowest.
but not in the span of the year. We haven't seen a 50-year low. I think
That
like
wasn't the
in
low. That wasn't the lowest.
we saw the
Even in his
highest
term, that his first term, that wasn't the lowest. What is he doing that's beneficial for you this term?
he's cracking down on illegal immigration
How
and
does
trying to
immigration bother you? Why?
because if people set the precedent that we could enter this nation without due process, they want to complain
What
about
is due
being arrested
process?
without
What's
due
due
process.
process?
If you're not a citizen, you don't deserve it. It's for
You don't
natural.
deserve. That's your personal opinion versus what the Constitution
No,
actually says. What is due process?
we the people, not we the people and the aliens. These are people who ordain these rights. So we're wasting time
What is
arguing
a
about
person?
people.
What is a person versus a citizen? Supreme Court has ruled on this multiple times.
I'm not arguing about a human being. I'm arguing about the legality.
No, I'm arguing about the legality of the terminology. Oh my God. Okay. In the Constitution, we have amendments that are ascribed to persons and we have amendments that are ascribed to citizens. For example, when you're talking about due process, the Fifth Amendment or the 14th Amendment, we're talking about persons. When we're talking about the voting amendment, we're talking about citizens. Why are those different? Why has that been made clear by SCOTUS?
It's different because these people come in without a process, and then
What is due
when you
process? I'm
ask
going to ask again because you keep saying without a process. What is due process?
due process, and when people go through a trial, they go through an impartial jury.
It's
They
the
have
right.
the right to
It's no. What is it? It's the right to one, right?
yeah.
It's the right to a trial. Sure. Yeah, they have that. SCOTUS has ruled that they have that because they are persons under the jurisdiction of our laws. So yes, they have that.
I mean, they don't. It's not like they're not having that. They're getting testified while being
No, they're
deported
not.
because they are an issue.
No, they're not.
They're criminals.
Nope.
Well, what are we supposed
According
to
to
do?
what are they
Teach them their
criminals?
history? Their history. They're fleeing from gangs and still being active.
Nope.
in gangs.
Where does it say they're criminals? What says they're criminals?
Papers, relations. We have documents. You could check what they do.
Where would we find out if they are criminals? Where would we find that out? What place?
You could find out through their documents. You could find out
Where would
through
those
their-
documents be presented?
Well, the government has them. And the
Where would they
persons-
be presented?
Especially if they have weapons, and then if you see somebody with weapons
Where would they be presented?
in the court.
Oh, okay. So for their due process. So that's not what's happening. They're being detained and deported without their due process right now. That's what's actually happening. And that's a fucking issue that we're having, right? And you actually don't know what due process is. You don't know what the Constitution is. You don't know what persons versus citizens is and how that's been ruled by SCOTUS, which if you don't know what that is the Supreme Court of the United States of America has ruled on this multiple times. W. Izzy in the comments for the Swan. Just read one thing. And also, like, how are you a Democrat your whole life when you're 21? You voted like one-time babes. You weren't a Democrat. You guys, keep booping that screen. Let's try to get to 15,000 likes while we're sitting here. You guys killed it on the shares, but
Hey,
let's keep going.
I love everything that you're doing. I just want to completely agree with you. Like, I used to be kind of not too big on Trump, but he's just doing terrible things.
I agree with you, and I appreciate you coming up and saying that. I absolutely agree. Guys, we have 80 shares. Let's try to get to 90 while we're sitting here. If you have not done your daily heart me, please do so. I would appreciate it very much. Let's keep trying to have conversations with Trump supporters this morning and see if they can actually factually talk about the things that they say. T-Tone, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How old are you, and what state did you vote in?
I'm 23 and I voted in New Jersey.
Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Why are you still supporting him?
It's getting harder and harder, I feel like, every month, to
That's
be
fair.
completely honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, just like the list alone is enough to make me lose my fucking mind.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you actually
Sure.
about the list.
Mhm.
If Trump releases a list,
Mhm.
would you trust it?
I mean, I would just want to see here's my personal stance. My personal stance is I don't think that there's just like a actual like listed names kind of issue. I want to see him just release files where names are implicated in. That I would believe. If you released files that have names that are implicated, obviously redacting the names of the victims, I don't have a problem reading through that and looking at it. I don't think there's just like one solid paper that has like a list of Democratic and Republican names on it. I just want to see the files released, and he's the one who ran on it, and he's the one running from it.
Right, yeah, because my thing with the list is, even if a list gets released, I don't think, and I'm a Trump guy, I've been a Trump guy for a while, I don't think I could trust the list. I mean, look at what Trump's done in the past, especially when it comes to, like, DOJ files and other files and this and that.
Sure.
And again, my issue with the list is it would be so easy for someone to sit at their desk with a black Sharpie and just start crossing off important
Oh,
names.
and we know they did, right? So we know
Right,
that
yeah.
Pam Bondi informed him in May that his name was in the files in some way, shape, or form. I'm not saying that that puts guilt on him. I'm just saying we know his name is in these files somewhere, and that they then sent employees through the DOJ to start redacting his name from the files. So we know that he's implicated in some way, shape, or form because they did have a relationship. We all know that they had a relationship. I take issue with the fact that, or I guess I say I agree with you, because I thought the very same thing when people try to say Biden should have released it, because I think Trump would have done what he likes to do, and he would have just said it's fake news and it's not true, and it's made up by Biden, if Biden would have released it as well. I think that that's absolutely what would have happened. He is the one who has created such a distrustful environment of everything, right? The jobs report just came out, wasn't great. And he just said that they lied and made up numbers. That's not true. All they did was report the numbers that they get. So he has created this distrust of everything, and the only people you can believe are him and his cabinet. That's a problem.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the other thing that I love is, and again, I told you I'm a Trump guy.
Mhm.
He definitely campaigned on it. He
Yep.
said in like every interview that they asked him, "Hey, would you release?" Oh, absolutely. I want to release the list right away. And then you start getting your hands on the list, and now it's like, oh, the list doesn't even exist.
Right, and let's be clear, I will put in that his Fox News interview, what they showed originally on their like let's say they show it as a clip, right? Their little clipped thing was that, yeah, I would release it. If you watch the longer segment that they aired on Fox, he says, yeah, I would. That one, less so, because there might be some funny stuff. So you see, he was already setting up, because he knew his name was going to be implicated in it, that he was already setting up like, well, this is going to be fake, and they're trying to mess with people's lives and reputation. It's not real. So he was already doing that. And now the problem is that people are asking for it. They did the phase one where they just released stuff that was already released, that we already had, into a binder, and said, well, phase two is coming. And then they said, just kidding, it doesn't exist. And then, oh wait, it does exist, but it was a planted hoax by Obama and Biden. Like, it's this constant game of running, this constant game of lies. He's just lying. And if he's lying about that, what else is he lying about?
Right, yeah. I do think that there is a scenario where the list doesn't actually exist. I can view it as a talking point that has been fabricated, so every side can use this so-called list as, oh, they're on the list, or oh, they're. I can see that as becoming this ongoing talking point within politics of, oh, your relationship with Jeffrey, you're probably on the list, and I can envision that being a problem. But for me, I don't see the point. And again, I wasn't there, and I truly think that Epstein was. I think they got rid of him. I don't see the point in getting rid of him if he has this master list of names that he could just send out there and
Sure.
do it. Like, I don't really see that point. So if someone came out if someone that isn't Trump or the left, maybe like an independent news outlet, which that could be hard to find nowadays. But if there is one that came out and said, "Hey, I don't think the list doesn't really exist. It was just a hoax brought up by one side or the other or both sides," um, I think I would be more inclined to believe that, because at this point, like, I just don't think he'll ever get released.
Yeah, but that's on him, because he said he would, and he has the
Right.
capability to, and he's not.
Yeah.
And he's running from it. He's doing everything else in his power to distract from it now.
Right. My other take is, I think if he was on the list, I do think the Biden administration should have / would have released it.
I don't think so.
Even
I don't think so. Because I just said, one, you're going to have, as soon as he does that, okay, Trump and MAGA are going to come out and be like, it's a lie, Biden's lying, it's made up, he typed it up and fucking did it that way. Like, absolutely not. That, like, he would absolutely say that it was a lie and a hoax, like he's doing now, one.
Right.
Two, there's probably Democratic donors on that list. So yeah, Biden's just as, and I want to be clear, I'm not a Democrat. Biden is just as culpable, but Biden didn't run on releasing it. Trump did. And now he's running from his own base. He decided to put his lot in with conspiracy theorists and people who wear tinfoil hats. And the problem with that is, as soon as you try to back up and say, no, we're not doing this anymore, conspiracy theorists go harder.
Right. Yeah.
So he's going to have to deal with that on top of everything else that he's doing that is not beneficial to the American people right now.
Yeah, I mean, in general, the list just gets me so frustrated because it could have been out. So it could have been like that could have been like a day one thing.
Mhm.
Could have been an early win, and then you're just like, oh, backtracking, don't want to do it.
And I do want to point out what my friend Crow said, which is correct, which is under Biden's administration, there was still an ongoing case for Ghislaine Maxwell. So he couldn't release it because it was stuff specific for her case. If that gets released, she then has a lot more avenues for appeals and throwing the case out. And we didn't want to see that either because we already lost one person. We need to be able to hold a different person accountable for what they did to children.
Right, yeah.
So
The whole situation's weird.
I mean, why did you support him?
Well, for me, I'm a really big anti-war in Ukraine guy, and he said that he was going to end that, and that's also something else that he hasn't been able to do. I mean, we'll see this Friday. We'll see what happens.
I mean, he said he was going to end it within 24 hours of being elected,
Yeah. I
which
mean,
I think we all knew was bullshit, but he's the one who says these things. My issue is that he's very all or nothing and he lies, but then he doesn't take it back. Like, he never takes anything back. He also said he's going to Russia, which he's not. He's going to Alaska. Russia is still hitting Ukraine as of this morning while they're in talks. Why is Ukraine not a part of these talks?
I don't know the answer to that. Maybe Trump feels that having Ukraine there is going to be more of a detriment than a benefit to him.
Well, then he can't make any deals because anything he says, like, well, they'll give up this territory, Zelensky's going to go absolutely the fuck not. Like, we cannot control what Ukraine does. They are a sovereign nation. So having this meeting, having this meeting without Zelensky there isn't going to serve them anything. If anything, this is a win for Putin. Putin gets to now come onto U.S. soil while he is a wanted criminal through the ICJ, okay, for war crimes. But he's going to come here and set foot here. This is a win for Putin and his propagandist machine.
Right. I mean, I think there's a simple way to end the war, but there's a certain degree. What?
Which is what?
It requires a certain degree of bluffing. If I was Trump, I would just say, hey, if you don't end the war within the next 25 days, 30 days, right? Let's say a month, I'm going to land 500,000 troops and I'm going to load the Red Sea with ships.
Oh, so war.
I don't think Putin wants that. I mean, he can barely topple the might of Ukraine and
sure,
I mean,
but it's just funny to me when I hear all these people who are like anti-war and then go for like, let's push forth troops, like strong arm them into anti-war. Like, that's not a thing. Like, let's threaten World War III. Let's raise tensions.
I mean, it would just be a bluff. I mean, you would have to not call it, obviously.
But then our word means nothing. Because what if they do shoot at one of our ships? We just not going to do anything about that?
Again, I don't think Russia wants that. I don't think Russia wants that either.
I don't think they do, but Putin is also not a reasonable person.
That is true. That is very true.
So yeah, I mean, I appreciate having an honest conversation and you being willing to listen and actually have conversation back and forth. I appreciate that. I hope you do have a great rest of your day. I am going to drop you down. I think that you're doing all the things you need to do, which is critical thinking about it. I just wish that wasn't the case. Yeah, and don't use soldiers' lives as a bluff. Yeah, I let's not do that anymore. Let's not put our soldiers in harm's way for bullshit anymore. By the way, Manda, I'm sorry. I did not see your comment about it. I did see Crow's because he was yelling at me in the chat. So I apologize for that. And if I have to, I will misandry Crow and take away his mod powers if I need to. Because absolutely, we should have heard that from a woman first. Crow. All right. You guys can unmute Crow. Not right now because he's a mod. Crows are loud. They are loud. That's the thing that crows do. You guys, doing wonderful. Keep tapping that screen. Let's try to get to 30K while we are sitting here. We're almost at 100 shares. Come on, let's get over and do that. If you have not hit your daily heart me, please do so. You're getting blamed for me reading. That's how misandry works. That is how it works. I don't want to hear anything, Crow. B, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
I can't vote. Sorry, I'm a felon.
Oh, in what state?
Iowa.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Was it a violent crime or non-violent, if I may ask?
Marijuana.
Yeah, no, I think you should absolutely have your voting rights back. I hope that is
I
something
agree.
that I hope that's something that your legislator starts working on, because I absolutely think that you should be able to have your voting reinstituted if your sentence is over, especially for something like that. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, mine's been like 12 years ago, so I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
agree. Like this should be, I should have my rights back. But just an opinion I wanted to make on like the listening to you guys talk about the Epstein files.
Sure. We have to be very careful about saying his last name. TikTok doesn't like
Okay.
it, but other than that.
So in my personal situation dealing with the federal government when I was prosecuted, we had about a 5 or 6 year stretch where one after another of us was indicted, and we didn't find out who was the cooperating informant at the time until about 5 years later.
Sure.
What doesn't sit right with me is knowing that they were arrested in 2019. She was convicted and found guilty, I believe, in the end of 2021 or early 2022. I think there's others that have been convicted along with them that we're not being exactly told the truth about their convictions, or maybe they're not being brung up to the public that were tied to her and him.
Sure. I mean, we'd have to see it because it would be public record. I mean,
Right.
the biggest problem we have is that sweetheart deal that he got in 2008. So
This is where I was going with that.
right.
Is during our prosecution, that 5 years, there's things inside the federal government called discoveries.
Mhm, mhm,
There's also sentencing transcripts
mhm.
that are public record. So for example, I can find mine, and I can find a lot of the other guys that were in my case. I can find all that info on them.
Sure.
For some reason, I've dug and I've dug and I've dug. There's nothing on her and him.
Well, hers is still under appeal, so hers are going to
That
be
that
locked
wouldn't
up.
matter.
It does. It
Her
does, because hers being
her
unsealed, because that's
her
the issue. That's the reason why 2 judges now, one in New York and one in Florida, have denied unsealing the grand jury testimony, because it's going to put it in a fucked place when she's going through her appeal. It can give her more leverage than we
well,
want
she
her
took
to
a
have in
deal.
that system. When it comes to him, obviously we didn't get to go through trial because he unalived in 2019, but the original sweetheart deal was like under lock and fucking key thanks to Alexander Acosta.
So here's the thing with the federal government is that once her discovery was made public, everyone can see that. Once her sentencing transcripts in her case was ended, it doesn't matter if she's under appeal. You can find it on the docs online.
But apparently not, because the
Also,
judges are not unsealing it.
she took a deal called a proffer, which is where she is forced by the government to sit down and disclose everything she knows. And if she lies, if she tells the truth about everything she knows, she won't be charged with the crimes. If she lies about the crimes, she can be charged with all of it.
Okay, for starters, she didn't take a deal.
Yes, she did. You can simply
No,
Google it and it'll tell you that she took a proffer agreement.
are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Alexa, did Elaine Maxwell take a deal?
Did, but
Ghislaine Maxwell, also known as Ghislaine Maxwell, did not take a plea deal. According to NBC News, between her indictment in July 2020 and conviction in December 2021, she neither asked for nor was offered a plea deal.
not during her actual case. If you're talking about the Todd Blanche interview, that was a proffer for limited immunity.
They're probably trying to give her a deal now.
Right.
During her first trial, she took no deal. She
No.
went all the way
She was
through.
convicted by a jury. Yeah.
EP took a deal. EP took a deal, yes.
In 2008.
No.
Yes.
EP Was it
He was
2000?
convicted by a jury.
No,
It
no, no.
says in
18.
2021, listen, a proper agreement and a plea agreement are not the same thing.
I understand that.
I had people snitch on me in my case that took proffer agreements and still went to trial.
Okay, so
We
that's
just,
You
that's
would have
not
to
a.
show me where she took a proffer because that didn't happen in her case. Proffer,
But
guys, not proper.
but that would not be a deal, neither. That would just be her agreement
snitching.
after she was pretty
That's her
much
snitching.
sentenced.
Simply, that's her
Yeah,
snitching.
and if she's
Yeah.
snitching on crimes that people committed against children, I don't have an issue with that.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that either. What I'm saying,
But
I'm
show
not
me.
arguing. I'm not trying to argue with you guys about it, but you
I
can simply
understand that. No,
Google.
I understand that. I just would like, I want to be clear on the information that we are giving to the 200 people in here because what happens is that stuff gets put in people's brains and they will go off and they will repeat that in way to argue with other people. I'm not saying you are, but other people will do that. So we want to be very, very clear. If you're saying she took a proffer, I need to see where that happened because that's not the information I'm finding.
Yeah, if she did if she did take that, that's not her getting a lighter sentence. It could just simply be her getting placed into a better jail.
Listen, I'm just trying to make my point here. I'm just simply stating that on Google right now, if you type in did Jelaine, I don't want to say her name, take a proffer agreement, it'll simply tell you that yes, she participated in a proffer agreement.
And when does it say that specifically though? For what time? Her interview with Todd Blanche.
Please let it not be AI overrule.
It is, but if you, yeah, it is. which one of them is sending me to Instagram, so that's not good. One of them sending me to Facebook, that's not good. Let's see. And then the other one is sending me to deny request of unseal records. So that's an actual local article. Let's do, nope. And I look up proffer in that, and there's no proffer in that article. So yeah, AI overview does say that. But
you guys,
the links,
I don't think you guys are wanting to hear what a proffer is.
you have not
That's-
proven she had one. Here's the problem. You have not proven she had one. Google said yes in AI overview. But if you click the little paperclip next to that entire paragraph, okay, it gives the links that it gives you on the side or where they're saying they got this from. I have Facebook, I have Instagram, and then I have a local news source about the denial to unseal grand testimony. When I go onto that actual article and command F proffer, nothing comes up. So
Okay,
you
what
have to
I'm
show me
trying
where.
to what I'm trying to explain to you is that a proffer's not in your paperwork. That's where you go sit down in a room with the federal government and they ask you questions.
So
If
then
you
you can't
answer
prove she had
truthfully,
one.
you'll never prove anyone had a proffer
Okay,
unless they
and I don't
admit
care
it.
because that's conspiracy and that means nothing to me. Jesus Christ. If she had one, it would be with Todd Blanche this year when she got limited immunity that we all knew about, so it was public that she was having that conversation with Todd Blanche. It did not happen during her original conviction in 2021.
Wait, so he argued down that he can prove it. Then he said you will never be able to prove she got one. What was the whole point of that then?
I don't know. But I still think you should have your voting rights back. Unfortunately, I don't think Republicans are going to give that to you. Let's see. Yeah, it says it necessarily wouldn't be in court documents, but then you're just talking about it. Like, okay, go. Go, nobody can see you, go. Okay. All right, guys. I don't have anybody in the box, I don't think. Nope, I do not. Keep booping that screen. Let's try to get to 35,000 likes while we're sitting here. We still haven't hit 100 shares. I think we can hit 100 shares. Let's do that. At least not that I'm seeing, unless it's glitching. Hit your daily heart me if you have not done so. And come up and tell me why you are still supporting Trump. Stand 10 toes down and find sources for that. Bandit, hi, how are you today?
Fine.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
56 in Missouri.
All right, why are you still supporting Trump?
Because I do. And did you see that Bill and Hillary Clinton got subpoenaed on the Epstein files?
I did, yeah, that's great. Why didn't Trump get subpoenaed for that?
I wonder why. Because he ain't involved.
Sure, Jan.
Miss, you do know a subpoena means that you can be called in to testify, right?
Yeah, well, let me tell you what. They're guilty. Just buckle up, is all I gotta say.
Sure, lock them up if they are. I have no
If
problem with
they,
that.
Yeah.
Why are you still supporting Trump?
yes, if they're guilty, I
Because
have no problem with
he's
that. But
taking out the swamp. That's why.
He is the swamp.
No, he's not.
Absolutely is.
That's why he's getting rid of all these jobs that were just trash jobs.
Prove that they were trash
overspending
jobs.
money.
How were they trash jobs?
Because they were.
According to what?
They were overspending our government. We didn't need all them jobs.
What was the CFPB?
I don't know, but I just come on here to tell you.
No, the Consumer
that
Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was an area of the government, okay, that investigated banks and ensured that they weren't defrauding the American people. That department took in more revenue than it cost to run them, and he got rid of that entire department. Why?
it also made sure that ATMs and bank wasn't charging you
$35 fucking overdraft.
prices for $1 overdraft.
So if he's getting rid of trash jobs, why are you getting rid of a whole department that actually brings in more money than it costs to run, Bandit? Why would you do that?
But I love that they use that talking point. Oh, he's getting rid of their ways. He spent more money on golfing this year than just about half of the stuff he quote unquote cut to save wasteful spending. On top of the $250 million that he wants to spend on a fucking ballroom.
And unfortunately, she's 56 from Missouri and cannot unmute her mic, even though I invited her. If you click the little microphone icon, you can unmute your mic, Bandit. And so then you can address my point about the CFPB. Looks like a little microphone. You just tap it. Yeah, Missouri, the poorest state with the highest crime. Okay, bye, Bandit, because I can't with the... Wild. F you? Cool, Bandit. Please use some critical thinking and actually look up the things you're saying. I know that Trump made you feel special. He doesn't know who you are. But that's a thing. If you wouldn't mind holding down the fort for me for just a second, Nicole, and I'll be right back.
Got you. Ty, you're not coming up. Kick rock, Ty. Kick rocks.
All right. Had to do mom things. Okay, we're back. Oop, never mind. What were you going to do, Audie? Were you guys misbehaving? It has been so difficult to get Trump supporters lately. They're having a hard time.
That's because they're starting to realize facts, like the lie about DC. Like DC crime rate been down over the last 2 years. It's down by overall violent crime is down by like 26%.
Yeah.
What? I was invited by Audie. Was that a mistake?
unless Audie is calling you an op now.
Ari said I needed a friend because I was up here alone.
Oh.
I just needed a friend.
Hi, Naquan. How you doing?
Oh, man.
Good morning.
That's how I feel about coffee. Oh, man.
I got my first cup right now. First cup of coffee right now. It's the best.
Ruben said he is trying to get deals done. Where?
3 cups, 3 cups, 3 cups.
What happened to 90 deals in 90 days? What happened to that? You're too pretty to stop being unhappy and unhinged. I'm very happy. Actually, what's funny is the Trump supporters who won everything are the most miserable people I've ever spoken to in my life. I'm actually very happy. I have a wonderful family. I have a wonderful support system. I've got great friends. I don't see why I'm unhappy. Unhinged, probably. Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that.
Oh, we got Mel in here. Hi, Mel.
Male's in here?
Yeah. Mel don't get to go on other platforms no more, so now he has no friends.
I saw Ruben got muted because Ruben is too scared to come and talk to me. And you said that Zelensky is getting in the way of the deals. You mean the person who's in charge of the sovereign nation is getting in the way of the deals for his own sovereign nation? Just Rav, come talk about it. Come talk about it. You guys are so scared to stand by your man. Yeah, no, we know Mail cries. Well, I thought I blocked Mail's main account, so unless it's... Okay, bye. Yeah, Joe Biden's career in politics. What about it, Rav? Come talk about it, and not from the comments. I invited you twice. I'm just going to mute you. You can come talk about it. But not from the comments. Danny, hi, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
New York, and I'm 27.
Okay, why are you still supporting Trump?
He's doing everything I voted for.
Name one thing.
Yeah, whether that be border security /
Okay, why do
massive-
immigrants bother you?
I'm sorry?
Why do immigrants bother you?
Immigrants don't bother me. This is a land of immigrants. My parents are
Then
immigrants themselves.
why do you care about border security?
Because every country should have border security.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, working border security.
Yep, it was working.
Not the way I liked it.
How would you like to see it?
If you come to the border, you're seeking asylum, you can wait in Mexico. You don't have to
Oh,
wait.
yeah, but what was that? Why did we have that?
Yeah, we had it under Trump's first presidency.
Sure. Why?
It's called Remain in Mexico.
Yeah, why?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how we like it.
No, why was it instituted? Under what title was it instituted?
Well, 42, I think. No, it was.
No, yeah, why?
Can I ask, are you in New York City or New York State?
I'm in New York City.
God, you're making us look bad.
And what was Title 42?
What happened?
What was Title 42?
Well, I know it was repealed. I know it was repealed because of COVID, like under the Biden administration.
No, it was enacted because of COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no. Wait, no.
Yes.
Remain in Mexico was repealed.
Nope.
Yes.
It was enacted because of COVID. Title 42 is our public health policy. It's a public health emergency policy, which is the only reason why Remain in Mexico was allowed to happen under Title 42 is because we had so much influx of people and we were seeing so much mutation within the virus. We did not want to see that keep going. And so we said that you have to wait in Mexico for your asylum claims, which also led to a humanitarian crisis in Mexico with the camps of people that were there. And then the Supreme Court was the one who said that it was unconstitutional in 22 or 23. But it was enacted. It was enacted under a public health policy because of COVID.
Biden repealed it though.
He wrote an EO to appeal it, or to repeal it, excuse me. He wrote an EO to repeal it, yes. And then Texas sued and said no, and Texas court re-implemented Remain in Mexico. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said Remain in Mexico is unconstitutional now because it's not being used under Title 42 anymore. We were well coming out of the pandemic, and so it was then repealed by the Supreme Court.
Right. And what is the policy right now?
What is the policy right now?
Yeah, if I go to the border trying to claim asylum, what's going to happen?
You get your court date.
Yeah, where will I wait?
Not in Mexico, because Mexico said they're not doing it anymore. So
Really?
really?
Are you 100% sure about
And
that?
you would wait here the same way that you have before. It's what you guys like to call catch and release, which is not a policy. You get detained, you get given your court date, you get an ankle monitor, and you are let go until your court date. Mexico
So
said they will not do remain in Mexico again.
really, so all the Mexican military and all the camps they have set up and all the support they're giving on their side of the border, what was that
Oh,
just
yeah.
for fun? Is that for show?
Those troops we've already had.
So the people that they're
Cool.
housing there because obviously the numbers are diminishing because being let in for an asylum claim is not as easy as it was back in last administration. But
How many
right now,
what percentage of asylum seekers have their claims granted?
right now,
Like under Biden.
So remain in Mexico was blocked.
Yeah, it was. Thank you, Adi. Because
No,
Trump did
no.
write an EO. This administration, Trump did write an EO to reinstate remain in Mexico, which, as I had spoken to in another live, it would not matter because Mexico said no. So if you don't have the cooperation, it's not being done. But a U.S. district judge did halt his attempt to revive that. So
yeah, challenging it. So right now, while you do challenge it, that is the policy right now.
nope, it's blocked. So
You're-
no, it
you're
would not be
misinformed.
the policy right now while it's going through court.
You're misinformed right now.
Block.
And now, if you go to the southern border,
That works.
if you go to the Mexico side,
Okay, you're the one that's misinformed.
Yeah,
Block means that it's not happening.
that's
If-
incorrect.
You cannot institute it while it is blocked.
It's being
No.
challenged.
It's being challenged, but it's not being utilized while it's being challenged. That is how court cases
So
work.
what is the Mexican military doing on the border? Tell
Let
me.
me give you an analogy.
They were on the border under Biden too.
No, what
let's
are they
see.
doing housing people right now if they're just being let in, if supposedly?
They was housing people under the over there all the time. That's not something new.
That's not new.
That's not
Really?
something
So
new.
when Biden, when Trump took office
Mm-hmm.
and he just ended all these claims, right?
No, he did not do that.
Yes, they really.
Really?
Do you not know the application that people had?
He shut down the app.
Okay, so what
That he created, by the way.
if one day you have an appointment and then the next day you look and that app is no longer working, do you still have an appointment?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
So can you explain this mass migration back to Mexico because of that?
There's not mass
There's
migration.
not.
Well, there was.
No.
Show
it
me where there's
doesn't.
mass migration back to Mexico.
I could definitely link you to many news clippings.
No, I don't want news
showing-
clippings. I want like DHS. I want like CBP.
Yeah, I could definitely show you that.
Sure. Go ahead, do that.
But you
Nope,
have
you
to
can do that, Danny. Nope.
you have to
Nope,
ask
nope,
yourself.
Go ahead and do that, Danny. Go ahead and do that. We're not going to move on until you go ahead and do that.
No more migrant hotels either. I wonder why.
You're not smart.
You're not smart because migrant hotels was over with before Trump got in office. Again, like I said, I'm in New York.
Trump cut.
I'm in New York, and the only hotel that was really used was one that was shut down because of C-19.
Correct.
Incorrect. In Midtown.
The main hotel that was used
The
was
Roosevelt.
shut down because of C-19, and anything else hotels they used was going down because of C-19. They was losing money.
Why are they not being used right now?
They were losing money
Being used
because
right
of
now. for migrants.
C-19. So again, migrants
They
been
didn't
got
deport them. You realize that, right?
Well,
Like they kicked
so
them
why
out
are
of
they
the
not being
hotel.
used?
They didn't deport them. They're still.
Why are they not being used?
They're still in the country.
They've been out of the hotels. They are in shelters and stuff like that now. So again, go find your claim and stop pivoting.
Yeah. Go get your source
Get your source.
that there's a mass migration to Mexico. Put that in live sources. Thank you, Adi, for that.
To anybody that's not from New York, 9 out of 10, he is Staten Island. He's not from the four boroughs.
From Manhattan, actually.
I highly doubt that.
Go get your source. Naquan's a chaos agent. We love that. Naquan comes in and pokes a little bit. We like that. You guys, while we wait, let's get up to 45,000 likes. Boop that screen. You can boop my little nose if you wish, if that makes you happy. Let's try and get those likes up. We hit over the 100 in the shares. Let's try to get to like 125 shares. That would be great. And if you could hit your daily heart me, if you have not already done so, I would really appreciate it. If you're not following me, go ahead and click that follow button. Then you can do your daily heart me right after that. If you're not following Naquan, go ahead and do so. He is a friend of mine and a panelist and has really great, intelligent information. Absolutely should be following him. You guys, thank you for your heart me's. I appreciate it. Ugh, I thought I was gonna sneeze and then it didn't happen. And now I'm mad. You know, if this happened in 2025, it should be pretty easy to find.
Yeah, if you look up the Ninth Circuit Court.
Ninth Circuit Court of where? What's the headline?
Look up Ninth Circuit Court and Trump remain in Mexico.
I bet you he did not read it. I bet you he did not read it.
That's also not what you're supposed to be finding. You were supposed to be finding where there's a mass migration into Mexico in 2025.
Mass migration, probably, well, incorrect word. I would probably use self-deportations. That definitely help. People that got their, they just went home. Not even to Mexico.
He didn't read
Did
it.
you read the date on this?
He didn't read it. I know he didn't read it.
Did you
No,
read
it's
the date
20,
on this?
yeah, June 2025.
No. Where's you getting that
You're looking
from?
at you're looking at a different one then.
Which one are you looking at then?
June 2025. They allowed him to keep going with remain in Mexico.
But does it matter?
Of course it does. Remain in Mexico.
Mexico
Why
is
you wait?
not doing it.
If you get challenged and someone says you're allowed to keep on going,
Mexico is
okay,
not. If you cannot make another country cooperate.
they have
No, they have not. Show me where they're cooperating with remaining
by
Mexico.
providing and
Nope.
housing people at their border.
They are not keeping asylum seekers from entering into our country.
Oh no, they don't have to keep, but they have to deal with them
That's
because
what
they're not
Remain
allowed
in
in.
Mexico was.
Yeah, they're not allowed in.
No.
They're not allowed in. So it's not really our issue what you do there, but yeah, we're grateful that the Mexican government could take care of these people, but that is not really our issue. You could deal with that. And they
What's
are
your
dealing
problem
with
with asylum seekers?
it. They don't have a problem with the asylum seekers.
You do.
No, of course not. I just believe in a controlled system. This
Yeah,
is what
they
I,
are
this is what I
controlled.
call
When they
control.
enter, they claim asylum. They are given a court date. They are given an ankle monitor, and they are sent on their way until their court date, so we can monitor them. How is that not a good system?
Yeah, you're not waiting in this country
Why not?
because I don't think so.
That's a personal opinion. I don't give a fuck
Right.
about that.
And
You
then we
have to
vote-
show me where
we
it's
vote- yeah,
detrimental.
we vote with our
No,
personal
you need to show me where it's detrimental to society for them to do so.
Yeah, again, big issue. Migrant hotels. What the hell was that? Clearly,
That was a state
ended
issue.
up funding for
It
that.
wasn't an
Thank
issue.
you.
It wasn't an issue. That was a hotel that was already.
It was an issue for
down.
me. I didn't like it.
That's
That's
a
personal.
personal
I don't
problem.
care.
That's fine.
I don't care
And,
about your
and due to
feces.
many personal opinions on this,
No.
you now have
Hey,
remain in
no.
Mexico.
Hey, if you don't like it, leave.
Yeah, go away.
No, we
I like
fixed
to
it.
tell people, if you don't like it, leave.
No, we fixed it.
You didn't
Why
fix
leave
it.
if we can fix this?
You didn't fix it.
You didn't
Of course
actually
we did.
fix it because
you didn't.
Border secure. No more
No,
migrant
because we
hotels.
still have
Remain in
migrants-
Mexico. Thank
we
you.
still have
Don't do so much
migrants
that.
in New York. So it's I don't know where you get that from. We still have pretty much the same amount of migrants here in New York.
Definitely not. That is a lie.
Definitely true. Because
Why leave when I can fix it? I voted for Trump. Thank you very much.
because if you don't know, ICE got ran out of
Thank
New
you
York by
very
Haitians.
much.
Like Haitians
No more
ran
migrants
ICE out
and
of New York.
hotels. If you want to come to the border, you'll
So you're
remain in
talking-
Mexico while you're
talking
heard.
Villains.
No.
The Mexican government will take care
How
of
long
you.
do asylum claims
Thank
take?
you.
How long in the court system are asylum claims taking?
A while. I don't know exactly.
how long?
More than a year. More than 2.
Like 3 to 5 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can remain in Mexico until then. Don't worry about it.
But when they're here, they can work and actually contribute to our society here.
That does not mean that we open the floodgates.
It's not a floodgate.
Oh, well, we kind of had that under Biden, but it's fixed.
How many
Don't
people
worry
came
about
in under Biden?
it. That's done.
How many people came in under Biden?
Total number more than 10 million.
Show me where you got that number from.
Yeah, I'm on my phone right now.
Yeah, you
You
were
can
able to
look it
just
up.
get this. So go ahead and go get the number.
Yeah, you can find it. Give me your number.
No, you can find it.
So give me. If I said 10 million, how many do you
We
say?
know the number.
Came
Get the
in?
number.
How many?
That came in? That
Yes.
actually came in.
Yes.
Between deportations, that's somewhere around 4 to 5 million.
Okay, but if you said 8, I would have believed you. But
No,
okay, even
show me
even
where you
okay,
got
okay. Let's
10
say 4 to
million from.
5.
Show me where
let's
you
say,
got 10
Let's say
million
4 to
from.
5. Let's
Show
take
me
your
where
number.
nope. Show me where you got 10 million from, because I'm tired of you guys saying at any fucking number under the sun without actual
Let's
proof
say
of
your
that
number. I'll go with
Go
your number.
find where that number is
find
from.
I'll go with your number.
No, go find your number.
Find your claim.
Because you're gonna go to another
Go with your
live and you're
number.
gonna
Why you
claim
upset,
that number
sweetheart?
again.
Why are you upset?
All right,
I'm not
first
upset. I just don't like false
upset.
information. I don't
First
like
and
false
foremost-
information
Very
because
upset,
you are going to use that in another live again and start all over
Down.
again. And you're going to have to argue this when we know that the
Down.
DHS says there is 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country total.
over
The
the
term.
last 40 years. But again, don't call her sweetheart.
Oh, I don't care about your misogyny.
Down.
I know you can't find the number. You were so gung ho to go
Down.
find Remain in Mexico, but now you don't want to find the number. I
I
wonder
got
why.
it in the House committee. House committee says more than 10 million. Close to 11 million.
House committee testimony. Yeah.
Of course.
Where'd they cite that number from?
I'm sorry?
Where'd they cite that number from?
When you got CBP data, you got Border Patrol data, you got
Where?
agent
Show me on
data.
CBP then. I would love to see it on CBP because I've never seen that.
Even if we go with your number, that's fine. Let's go to 4 to 5.
No, I want to go with your number that you believe because that's the number.
Why
you're
do you
gonna
want to
keep
go to my
repeating.
number? I'm already
Because
saying I'll go with your
I
number.
explained that to
which
you.
is
You're just not listening. That is the number that you are going to keep repeating in Friends of Mine lives all fucking day, and we're not going to do that. So you're going to go disprove yourself, go to the CBP, and go find the number. Go do it. House committee testimony. I don't give a fuck what FAIR said. I don't give a fuck what CIS said because they don't cite their numbers either. I want to see it from DHS. I
over
want to
8
see it
million
from
House
CBP.
committee. Thank you. W's in the chat.
I want to see it
Let's
from
go,
CBP. I want to
baby.
see it from
Go,
DHS.
baby. Speak.
I want to see it from CBP. I want to see it from
this-
DHS, not from FAIR, not from CIS, saying it in a House testimony hearing. They can say whatever the fuck they want in a hearing.
Remain
That
in
does not
Mex-
make it true. They would need to cite it. Show it from DHS, show it from CBP.
Mexico, remain in Mexico.
I know you're just a bigot who doesn't understand facts. It must be very difficult.
Go get your source.
Thank you.
Go get your source. But then I also, after you get your source, I got a question for you. Because y'all love to say, oh, they spending our money. What about the 50 plus South Afrikaners that came here?
Oh, yeah.
Getting free board, free health care, and all
I think
of
the
this
correct
other
number
stuff.
was 79.
Either way, what about
Yeah.
them? They're living off of us.
That's called a controlled situation.
They're living off of us. They're living off of us.
Controlled
Go get your
situation.
source, Danny.
I don't want my tax
Go
dollars.
get your
going
source,
to them.
Danny.
Give it to you.
Go
I don't-
get your source.
I don't want my tax dollars going to them.
Okay, then leave or vote differently.
I don't want my
Go
tax
get your
dollars
source,
going
Danny.
to them.
Vote differently.
Why didn't you leave?
Because I voted.
Why didn't you leave?
Yeah, and he didn't win New York.
I voted and won.
Yeah,
Not
he
New York?
He didn't win.
He didn't win New York.
Oh, yes.
I know,
No,
you
he
don't
did
have
not
that number.
win New
Danny,
York.
congratulations. Now, every single one of my friends who goes on to lives, don't know if you know this, Debate Talk's really small. You are going to get asked to source that fucking number every time you come in. Vibes and feelings. You're probably talking about encounters, which you also don't understand. What did Ari say? She said...
And then the 50 of them wasn't even farmers. 50 of them wasn't even farmers. So it was a claim that farmers were being eliminated over there and they need to come here. But 50 of them people wasn't farmers. One of them actually had a case looking into him for unaliving 2 women and feeding them to his pigs.
Pending. So, okay, fine. The panel granted the government's motion for a stay pending appeal in part by limiting the district court's stay order to exempting IMDEF's current and future clients from the Remain in Mexico policy. So this specific immigration defense, any clients that they currently have for asylum or any future clients that they pick up. So in essence, really cutting the legs out of the stay on Remain in Mexico, because as long as they keep taking clients, they're exempt from that. So, okay. Thank you, Ari, for your diligence with your research. You know, I appreciate and love you. Seriously, guys, W Ari in the comments because she's on that shit. Always. It's just so funny. He was so eager for the Remain in Mexico argument, but the number argument... Right, not all asylum seekers are being blocked from entry. Right. Notorious is not loading. You guys, there are no Trump supporters in the box. So if you want to come in and actually have a conversation and actually cite your sources, we can look into it. We can talk about that. Sure. Remain in Mexico is currently happening, but also not really, because you can't block all asylum seekers, as we've seen that that's not happening. Keyboard research warrior, yeah. We love that. But again, my issue is, why do you have an issue with asylum seekers who are coming for a better life? Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to break free. I guess fuck that bitch on whatever island she be sitting, Liberty Island. I guess fuck her. Wild. Ty, no. Definitely Staten Island. Are you talking about the guest or are you talking about the Statue of Liberty, Peabody? That's wild. They're gonna move her. That'll be the next step. Don't do it. They'll try to move her. There'll be a call for the removal of the Statue of Liberty. Because she's woke. France needs to take the statue back. Yeah. The guest. No, Ty does not understand consent. But I also don't block him because it's kind of fun. Kind of fun to play with. Yeah, who were them people on the Titanic? Multiple ships, right? Fuck those people. Ellis Island. Fuck that, right? They did try to remove the plaque, Hawk. You are correct, yeah. Master Zor, come talk about it. How did Joe and the Democrats destroy it? Because she's a woman. Yeah, how's that inflation going? 2.7% for 2 months in a row. How's that going? CPI came out, prices have gone up. Yikes, Fooligan. You need help, buddy. But anyway, Trump's tacoing again because he's a big baby. God knows how this meeting on Friday is going to go because he just kind of goes with the last thing he heard. And Putin knows that as long as you say, good boy, he's going to do whatever you want. So, Daniel, then come explain the destruction to me. If I can't see it, you should be able to explain it to me then. Come talk about it. Hi, Blue. You guys keep saying that, but when I look at the inflation chart, I'm not seeing 3.1. I'm seeing 2.7 again, unless they just haven't adjusted it when I looked at the chart. Like if we're looking at, your brain's tired. Lady statues are liberal lies. What about the Dust Bowl, Kirk? I'm blind to the truth. Then why won't anybody come explain the truth to me? Yeah, it came out this morning. That's why I was saying, like, I saw unless they're talking about year over year, they could be talking about year over year. Which, by just going up. We're about to repeat the Dust Bowl? Well, I hope not. I thought we stopped doing that bullshit with our farming, but, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my god. Now my inflation chart will load. There it goes. Thank you so much. Master, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E means you are. Y-O-U-R means your, and it implies ownership. Please, please, please try again. No jobs at that time. Yeah, no, there was a combination of bullshit during the Great Depression. And guess where our tariffs are sitting? Last time they were this high was Great Depression era. Nice job. Nice job, Trump. Are we great yet? Yeah, I'm seeing 2.7 on the chart. So we did 3.0, 2.8, 2.4, 2.3, 2.4, 2.7, 2.7. Yeah. I know. They still don't know who pays the tariffs. You're right. All right. They're being too scared and squirrely to come in, so I think what we're going to do is hit one quick restart. Cheryl, this is my job. I have to file taxes on this, so it is my job. I'm going to hit a quick restart. If you are not following me, please go ahead and do so. We will be right back in about 30 seconds. Naquan, I love you so much, and see you in a bit.